shoulder there. Is there a ditch there?
There's a ditch on the big boy side. The other side is.
So their customers could conceivably park there.
I wouldn't park there.
The road is so narrow,
Yeah,
Madam Chair, that I don't think you could park anywhere.
Would it be wider?
It's going to be 2 feet wider, but I'm sure that ditch will be enclosed when they do all this, but it's still not a parkable spot.
And again, the same argument, my concern would be as cars come off of Telegraph Road, if there's a car parked there, you know, you don't have time to react and respond unless they're further down Kensington.
Madam Chair, if I may say one thing, not to speak to it, just, well, I just wonder if anybody has any, this is my neighbor that did the petition, so if anybody had any questions of it here, she's the one that passed it around.
Well, we can ask one out there.
Yeah. Last over.
Okay, then let's go back up to 19. This is the motion to approve Hennessey Engineering for the water main design and to oversee the construction. It'd be not to exceed $33,676. Any questions on that? 20 is to approve Wade Trim to provide the pacer rating report for local major roads.
And Madam Chair, 20 does not have to be tabled.
Okay.
20 has no impact on Kensington whatsoever.
Yeah, probably should have, okay, come after. Okay.
Dave, do you want to talk about 20?
Madam Chair, I'd just give you a brief explanation of moving 20. One of the things we're doing in the DPW is putting together an asset management plan for the roads in the city, which the critical component of that, of course, is that what they call the pacer ratings for the condition of the roads. So basically a rating from 1 to 10, identifying the worst roads and the better roads, and the roads at critical times of repair on which to invest money to make the lives longer of the road. This is a key component of that. Wade Trim will actually have a crew that will go out and drive every road in the city, rate it based on visually seeing it, the conditions, panels that need replaced, and we will get that data on which to put in that report, and then start using that report in which to prioritize our road repairs. Over the last many years, we haven't had a plan at all, so it's been basically taking the worst based on complaints or visual inspection and replacing those small areas where this will give us a tool to make the proper investment at the proper time.
Madam Chair, the one really nice thing about this is it gives us some coverage, all of us, because it allows us, as David indicated, to make decisions based on the analysis and not necessarily who's complaining the most or who we know or who knows this person. So it takes all of that out of question and allows us to just base the evaluation and the plan on the rating system.
Okay, this letter says something about a 2013 data. Was this done in 2013? So
correct.
We could look at Kensington and say they were a 4 or they were a 9 as of 2013.
Correct. Typically, this you're supposed to update this data every 2 years. So 13 and 15 would be the current time. Would be the next time. And then you would compare that data and see how the roads deteriorated, over that 2-year period.
But theoretically, we have a database right now from 13 that lists every road in the city ranked 1 through 10.
Chair, not to get too off the agenda, but Allen Road construction has begun. I'm
Yes.
sure if you turned down there, you felt it immediately. Cautiously avoid that area. And we did reach a handshake agreement with Wayne County, and we will partner with Wayne County, and there will be some cost sharing. Eureka next summer will be completely resurfaced along from Racco to Allen Road. So
Just a word of caution, don't use Jackson to get out to Elm Road. If you're going to use that, go to Secret Recipes, have a cup of coffee, then go.
or if it's expensive.
Yeah.
Now, was there, I guess,
that part of the Menards? I know there were some issues there, so that's all taken care of, where it go?
They're closing Friday. It looks like all the obstacles are now behind us. There's a couple of loose ends that we have to tighten up this week, but for the most part, it's all behind us and done and moving forward. Now we'll begin planning the construction phase of next year for Eureka. They're going to do some improvements. They do want us to do some improvements as well. They're going to take care of most of the road. Menards has a couple of things tied to their development that they're going to do, and then they've asked us, the city, to take care of the traffic signals at 3 points: Eureka and Racco, Eureka and Seaway, and Eureka and Allen. That includes updating the mast arms that are there and going to the new technology that basically, if you're the only car there and it's red and there's no other cars coming, the lights will change. It has the sensors on it. So we're going through all of that right now, but that's kind of the quick story of it. Eureka from Racco to Allen Road will get all new lights, all new road, and I don't know, I believe that's asphalt. Currently asphalt, will be asphalt again, as well as there's some points that they're going to widen and put some deceleration lanes in as well. And that is about, just so you guys know, I think they estimated that over being just north of $3 million, that you know, they're going to fast track to work with this project. This was probably going to happen at some point in time, probably not until 2018 or later though.
Item number 21 is a motion to approve Hennessey for the assistance with the roadway design, bidding and construction oversight, and that will not exceed $10,696. Any questions on that? And lastly is a motion to approve McDowell and Associates to provide the project mix design for the cement stabilization. What is the actual cost of putting in the roadway? Do you know that?
Madam Chair, the cost to replace the road, was that your question?
Yeah, the road itself.
It was $245,000,
Okay.
and the water main component of it was $358,000. Those were the estimates.
The estimates on the road at 245, that was determined to be on the higher side of the estimate for safety, just to make sure that we don't miss low.
Right, to be conservative estimate.
Anybody have any questions on that? Number 22?
So that could actually be lower.
Correct.
And so the portion for the rest of it.
That's all I got with you. Madam Chair, I don't know if there's any open business, we should cover that first, but there is a closed door item that we have to go into a closed door for.
Okay, what about, your two open business items?
Oh, those are receive and file. So TIFA approved these, and as last year, as every year, they requested that we bring these forward for a receive and file. These are, the first item is the marketing plan for the summer festival, and the second item is just hourly rates for these particular firms that do work within the TIFA group.
Okay.
And they're both they're receive and files.
All right. Okay. So, that'll just be open business. Okay, can I have a motion? Oh, Chief Reynolds.
Mr. Mayor, I'd ask that I bring forward, and I apologize right up front, I'm terribly sick right now. The mayor had asked that I bring forward the invoices related to the uniform purchases that we had discussed and budgeted for in last year's budget. So the good news is the uniform issue is being resolved as we speak, probably in another 4 or 5 days. Every firefighter will receive 2 new sets of uniforms. So some of the issues that we've had in the past are certainly being addressed.
Madam Chair, we do approve a budgeted amount, and we do approve a list of vendors. The situation that exists here is that the vendor isn't one of the approved vendors, and the cumulative amount gets, I don't know if it exceeds $5,000 or it comes close to $5,000. So what it is there's a bunch of smaller invoices, but per the charter, it says that if you, to avoid any type of, roundabouts, that this still requires us to bring it forward, so.
Just real quick, the monument will be moved tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay, I did see people out.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Hopefully, they're not moving it now.
There was a moving van, that's all I saw. They have it backed up to the monument.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's.
Oh, is that what it was?
5:30 tomorrow, so.
Yeah, chairs for the prayer meeting tonight.
I just saw a moving van up there, I don't know.
Now it's going. Can I have a motion to go close doors?
Support.
All in favor?